another new episode, and this is your Nimi Rijo with you. And today we'll be moving on to grade 9, the chapter Evelyn Glennie. This is a part of Sound of Music. Okay, so we already did Bismillah Khan. This is Evelyn Glennie. I'm sure Evelyn Glennie is a known figure to each one of you. I'm sure you have heard about Evelyn Glennie. So, when the story begins, as I told you, Evelyn Glennie, our character, who is 17 years old, she is going to Royal Academy of Music, London. So as you all know, she is a Scottish girl. She is from Scotland. So Scottish girl, a girl from Scotland, she is basically a person who's not like, who's just a little introvert, because as you all know, she is deaf. So now she is going to London. So London, you all know, it's a very big city. So Scottish girl who was just like in a village going to London, so she had that fear in her, and she was 17 years old. So over there's also one more thing which you have to know, look into. What is that? Okay, she was deaf. So what was she doing? She was able to sense the vibrations of the train. And then she realized that the train is coming, because there was a huge jostle over there. There was a huge crowd over there in the railway station. So that is how the story is beginning. So our character Evelyn Glennie is going to Royal Academy of Music to London. And she is trembled because of two things. The first thing is because she is moving from Scotland to London. And second thing is she is deaf. After this part of the textbook, we are moving towards her past life. Evelyn, when she was 8 years old, her mother, Isabel Glennie, there was a program and she has to play the piano. So they were calling out her name and she didn't respond. At that time, they realized that Evelyn Glennie had a problem. At which age? When she was 8 years old. But then mother and the daughter, they kept this as a secret. They didn't inform the teachers or principal or to the school authority. But when she was 11 years old, her marks went down. Her marks were deteriorating. It was going very, very bad. At that time, the teachers noted that and informed the principal. The principal called the parents and told that she has a problem. So they had to undergo to a proper physician, a ear physician, and then they realized that the daughter was deaf. And then the doctor himself has advised him to ensure that Evelyn is being moved to a deaf school. Basically, this particular situation, she was completely felt really bad. Okay, in the textbook there's one sentence mentioned over there. Everything suddenly looked black. This is what she said. Because she was studying in a normal school, all of a sudden, because initially she was partially deaf, and then she completely lost her ear. She couldn't hear at all. This was literally a shock to her, and she didn't know what to do. And you know, Evelyn as a girl, she was initially sad, but then she said, I am a determined girl and I will move forward. Because of her determination, she again moved forward. It was at that point of time, she saw a girl playing xylophone. She told her parents, yes, she wanted to play xylophone. But then, more than the parents, the teachers completely disagreed with her because she was deaf. How can she play a xylophone when she is deaf? At that time, there was one person who understood her determination. Who was that? That was Ron Forbes. Please mark his name because he has motivated Evelyn Glennie. When almost all the teachers discouraged her, the only person who encouraged her was Ron Forbes. Please make a note of this name. It's very, very important. Ron Forbes motivated. And what did he say? Don't try to listen, don't try to hear, you cannot do that. But what can you do? Try to sense it some other way. And what did she start doing? She started to feel the instrument. At the particular point of time, if you look into her biography, it is said she used to lean towards the drum to feel it. Okay, because she cannot hear, she was deaf. She was completely deaf. By the time she was 13 or 12 or 13. So she was just bending towards the drum just to listen, find the vibration. And that was the only person. Ron Forbes was the only person who motivated her. So after that, it was a huge success for her because through the motivation of Ron Forbes, she was able to move forward. Ron Forbes was his teacher. He thought he will teach music to Evelyn, and it was him who taught music towards Evelyn. And later on, Evelyn's career went up, and as I told you, she was very strongly determined person. And always Evelyn used to say one thing: if you're able to do the hard work and if you have an appropriate aim, obviously you will move forward. That is one thing every single time Evelyn says. So it was initially quite difficult for her to sense the different sounds. But while she started to sense different sounds, then she was able to play. So as a first role, what happened? She toured to UK with her friends and she was playing along. In the group she was playing because initially she didn't have the confidence to play all alone. So she initially in the group she started playing with her friends. It was at a time she came across an audition in the Royal Academy of Music, and over there after performing it was said that she got the highest marks which nobody else got. That is how she is planning to go to Royal Academy of Music, London. What did she used to say? So initially she was going with a group performance, and later on with the determination, she was literally a workaholic. Every minute she used to practice. And initially it was a group performance, but because of a sheer determination, she started to do a individual performance. And then what happened? Later on we can say, she always used to say this particular quote: if you work hard and if you know where you are going, you will get there. This is what I have put it up over there. If you're ready to work hard and if you know what's your aim, your goal, then obviously you will reach there. This is a particular quote which is often said by Evelyn Glennie. So she worked hard and right now she's in the topmost position. And one more thing, it was not just going to different countries and playing the instruments, but more than that, she was also a part of the charity work. She used to give free concerts to prisoners and patients in the hospital. This is one thing which she used to do. Although she had a very busy schedule, she ensured that she gave free concerts to prisoners and the patients in the hospital. This is also one good thing, what she has done from her part. So as Evelyn as a character, right now from where the biography stops, she is going to Royal Academy of Music and she is going to learn more on music. And she always says she only had the problem the men who had bushy beards, because often she looked into other person's lips and she does the lip reading. But now she had a problem. She said when men comes in front with bushy beard, she found it a little difficult. That's one thing what she said. Evelyn was speaking Scottish fluently. Maybe because she knew the language at the age of 8. It was only then she became deaf. But then everybody is so confused. How did she learn the language French and Japanese in spite of being deaf? That question is still not clear. But then she says, yeah, it just came across. So from this we can understand such a bold girl called Evelyn Glennie, who was not, who never had a setback. She always had a focus. She was so focus oriented and she knew that she has to reach there. And as she always says, if you work hard and you know where you're going, you'll reach there. So it's the same thing what I would like to tell you also. Work hard in your studies and ensure where you're supposed to reach. If you know that, obviously you reach among the stars. Question number 1 would be, who helped her to continue her life in music? Because she was so passionate, right? So who helped her to continue in the music? And how did he help her? So the answer is, it was Ron Forbes who helped her. He motivated her a lot. And he always used to say, don't listen to the music, but then try to sense it some way or the other. And he was teaching to sense the different sounds. Okay, that is how he taught her music. The second question can be, what are the charity works she did? So one was playing concerts in the for prisoners and in for the patients in the hospitals. When was her deafness noticed and when was it confirmed? It was noticed when she was 8 years old, and I told you Isabel Glennie called Evelyn Glennie's name for a performance and she did not listen to it. At that time, Isabel Glennie noticed that the daughter had some problem. It was at the age of 11 when they went to the doctor. They confirmed that the daughter was deaf. So these are the important 3 to 4 questions which you have to look into, which might come for the examination. Okay, this is a very important chapter. You will have to read the textbook line by line. Okay, and as she said, please don't forget that quote. Okay, hard work plus aim will reach up the stars. Keep that also in your mind. So these are the important points in the textbook. Now if you read the textbook, I am sure you'll be able to understand. So I hope this video was very useful. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Until then, your Nimi Riju signing off. Take care and stay safe. God bless you and bye.